So this is Jim Bremner coming at you from CTOA. It's the Canadian Tactical Officers Association, and today we're at Blue Line, law enforcement exposition, if you will, trade show. And my guest is Constantine Ioannou from Sentinel Security.
Yeah.
And Constantine has been a great deal of help to the Canadian Tactical Officers Association and myself. But you've got something new going on. You've got a new building.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so the facility that we have is called the Arena. Now, Sentinel being like all our branding is like Spartans and Gladiator soldiers. We thought what we want to do is create a facility that would kind of be considered as Toronto's law enforcement / security hub.
Okay.
And the reason why the Arena, if you look back to the days of the Gladiators, where they had combat or training, it was in an arena environment. We thought it would be very fitting. So the Arena does focus a lot, Jim, on helping people get closer to their law enforcement goals, but it also acts as a venue for any training that is in the law enforcement spectrum.
So CTOA needed a venue and a
100%
course to run.
Exactly.
You can facilitate that for us.
Absolutely. And it is approximately between the top and bottom floors, about 7,000 square feet.
That's a lot.
We have just wide open space. We actually have the police circuit called the prep test.
Okay.
We have a lot of media walls, green walls, white walls that we can use when we're filming. And it's just it's great. It's centrally located. So it's great for anyone in the GTA that needs a place to kind of train or hub. It's there. And one of the primary reasons why we put it into place is because in the last 3 years with COVID, a lot of people seem to have moved on.
Yeah.
And for us to focus on the new generation, what could we do to pull them in? What could we bring them in with a more add value? So we created the Arena for that.
So I want to become a police officer in Toronto.
Yes.
And so I come to you and you handle that prep test and I get that certificate or something.
Yeah, so for example, many people that come to the security side of the company have aspirations to get into policing.
Sure. Yeah.
And, what I've seen is most times, when somebody has a very strong career objective, you can either support them and help them get there, or you can kind of become their obstacle, right?
Yeah, sure.
So for us, we wanted to make sure that we were a part of their journey.
Right.
So if you come to Sentinel, you'll be part of the advanced training that we can provide. You'll get these environments where you can kind of test your skill set and get that experience that you need to articulate to a recruiter. Right. However, 50%, Jim, of people that apply for the prep test are usually failing, specifically more on the women's side. So the Arena now was created to not only kind of come in and try it out as a benchmark, but it was also created for you to, once you determine where that benchmark is, what you need to get to work there. So it is free to women, and it's also free to all Sentinel employees. If you're just in the general public looking to see where you're at, you can always go on our website, thearenatoronto.com, and then you can kind of set yourself up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the man in the arena?
Yes.
Teddy Roosevelt.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a great passage there.
100%.
I guess it's like a poem.
That's right. And the funny thing is that after everything came up with the Arena, somebody brought that up. They go, "Have you seen this quote, man in the Arena?" When I was reading it, I'm thinking, holy cow, the messaging is so strong and connects strong to what we're pushing.
Especially for police officers.
That's right.
Because a lot of times you feel that you are that lonely person in the arena.
That's it.
And nobody understands.
Absolutely,
and,
man.
I find it very uplifting, confident building, again, poem or passage or whatever you want to call it. So you said you have an event coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we have a lot of events. So we do a lot of work with police services.
Oh, great. Okay.
And biggest thing is because there's actually a 50% decline as well with stats of people applying to police services right now. So they're looking like crazy. They're very motivated, right? So for us, we want to be part of that solution,
right?
And to help them. So one of the things that we do is that we reach out to police services and say, if you have anything that you want to do, whether it be coming to our venue or coming to our podcast show, 100%. But the OPP is coming on May 18th for Police Week, and they're going to be utilizing both floors. They're going to bring in their K9 unit, their motorcycle unit, their vehicle unit, and they're going to just kind of showcase everything that they do, being the province's largest service.
And is that open to the public?
It's completely open to the public.
Is it really? Okay.
So if they go to our website, thearenatoronto.com, they can actually register for free.
Right.
It is open from 9:30 to 2:30.
Okay.
There'll be tons of recruiters, and it's a great way to kind of even find out, is this for me? You know, I mean,
Sure.
Jim, I mean, you obviously have a very deep-rooted experience and history with police, right?
Right.
Being a police officer and
Yeah.
being on the SWAT and all those
Yeah.
things. Many people don't know what they're walking into.
Agreed. And I just did a talk on Sunday about that very thing. And basically, my message is your life has changed forever. Once you sign on that paper,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just a totally different life that you'll lead from that point forward.
that's it.
You know, and it's a good, again, it's a good, rewarding career, but there are some obstacles along the way. But with that said, I think CTOA is going to take advantage of that. We'll be down there,
Yeah,
and maybe we'll do a
amazing.
little podcast from there throughout the
Absolutely,
day, and
absolutely,
just see what the OPP has to offer.
absolutely.
A lot of people ask me, I want to be a police officer. What should I do? I say that you sort of carpet bomb, like apply to every police agency,
Yes,
and then and sign on with it. And you might be surprised; it might be where you want to stay. But if you wanted to come back to Toronto, if that's your roots, then you
yeah,
can transfer at that time. But at least get your foot in the door.
yes,
And the advantage of the OPP or Toronto or a large police service is that you can ride a horse, you can work a canine, you can be on the SWAT team, you can be,
yeah,
on a Marine unit, you name it.
yes.
It's available for you. Where if you go to a smaller service, you're not going to have that variety or you know.
Yeah, like
Things to
like the
choose
depth.
from.
Yeah, hundred
Yeah, you're
percent.
just not going to get that opportunity. So I think it's a great thing that you're doing.
You know what's interesting? I was just talking to Sudbury Police
Okay,
Service,
yeah.
and you know what their pitch right now is? Come to Sudbury, cheaper real estate.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that they were saying, like, if I'm a sergeant making X, Y, Z dollars,
exactly.
I'm making the same in Toronto, but the real estate's a differentiator.
Yeah.
I'm going to head out for even Calgary's having a lot of luck bringing people over.
Absolutely. But certainly living in Toronto is expensive.
Oh
And,
yeah,
and again, the money goes a lot further in the rural communities. And policing is a human endeavor no matter where you go.
that's
It's just, it's the same everywhere. What's different is volume.
that's right.
Volume of calls.
That's right.
Right. But I know you're busy and you're running your own podcast here today. So I
Yeah.
just want to say thank you very much for your time.
No, thank
And
you.
I'll definitely see you in a couple of weeks.
Amazing. And again, I want to thank you, man. I mean, you're a wealth of knowledge and experience. And, another thing I can say is that, you're like someone that is, I find that your energy is contagious. And you're someone that I think, I appreciate what you do, is what I'm trying to get at.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
appreciate
very
what
much.
you do, man. And thank you for what you're putting out as a service. It's very much needed.
Well, thanks very much. And we'll see, like I said, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Amazing. Thank you for having me on.